Welcome to Allie's Attic Show, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise, well, it's not a surprise because he's been on my show before. He's like one of my biggest supporters. I swear to God, you guys, I am absolutely in love with this man. And his new EP dropped last Friday, and it's amazing. Please welcome Ghostly Beard. Hello, love.
Hello.
How are
How are
you?
you, Ali?
I am well. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
So, how have you been? It's been a little while since you've been on.
Yes, it's been I don't know. Yeah, we talked when I released my first EP, I think which was in June last year, I think, something
Yeah.
like that. And well, it must have been a little bit after that. But since then, yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff.
Yes, you have been. Okay, so you your progressive pop is your
Mhm.
genre. Um, your songwriting ability is just like Patrick, oh my God, it's just amazing. And
Uh,
the music too. And I'm gonna talk about the new EP is called Inward.
yes,
And it's
it's
beautiful.
an
It's
album, I
yeah,
think.
or
Yeah,
album. Okay,
yeah,
I never know
yeah.
what to call them anymore.
Well, yeah, that's well. I would think an EP is more like four, 5 songs maximum.
Oh, okay.
I think, but yeah, it's really a blur thing right now. It's not very. Some people will put out an album with 15 songs or just like 8 or this is really weird nowadays
Yeah,
because everything is that you download stuff. So,
exactly.
but yeah, I consider it's an
It's
album.
an album. Okay. Because yeah, I've had people with, like you said, 15 songs and they call it an EP. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll go with whatever you say.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So it's your third album. And
Mhm.
like you said, we talked about when you released your first album. So kind of for
Mhm.
people that maybe didn't catch the first interview, just kind
Mhm.
of let us know all about you.
Well, maybe all that would be a little bit too much, but basically, I'm well, yeah, I'm doing music. I've been doing music for I don't know, maybe 40 years now. So that gives you an idea that I'm not exactly from that young, But I've had a big gap where I didn't touch any instrument or did anything, but then. I came back to it in I don't know 2012 something like that, and I built myself a recording studio, a home studio, and started writing again and playing again, and since then I've accumulated a big catalog of all sorts of songs in all sorts of genre actually. I mean, I don't know. It's some call it progressive, some can be classic rock, some are more jazz. I don't know. I love all sorts of music, so I'm always trying to kind of to create all sorts of blends of all these musics that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first EP that I've released was more like progressive rock, and then the next album was totally jazz fusion. I don't know, some kind of a blend of all sorts of things. And this one is more, I don't know, I would say more classic rock somehow, and a soft rock anyway. And that's the kind of music that I like, and I always try to do something different or something new. And for each songs, I try to basically I try to be excited by it. So I'm always trying to do something different, and but at the same time, this album I think is the most cohesive that I've released. These songs that just go together, and they make I don't know. It was the album itself was really done as an album, and this is why you cannot really download one song at a time. It's really meant to be the whole thing. And if you and the I've worked a lot even on the flow of how the songs work, the song order in the album, and all sorts of things like that. So it's been I don't know about 2 years in the making, and yeah, I've been really blessed by all sorts of really outstanding reviews lately,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really really happy about that. And so I hope that people will get a listen to it, because I think that's the best I've done yet, of all sorts of things yet in the making. But this one I'm really proud of. So,
Well, and you have so much reason to be. It's beautiful. It is absolutely like I've got the whole
thanks.
album. You sent it to me, and it's just it was funny because you're talking about the classic rock, and like I mean, you've
Mhm,
been compared to Steely Dan, Pink Floyd, James Taylor, Genesis, XTC, Cat
mhm.
Stevens. I mean, Michael Franks, Chicago. You can hear it, especially in this album. You can
Mhm.
really hear it, and I mean that's the music I listen to on a daily basis. I'm
Yeah,
like a 70s, 80s girl.
me too.
I always have been.
Yeah, me too.
And listening to the whole album, I was just transported. And I mean, that's the best thing music does for us is transports
Sure.
us.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this album, like, oh my God, go see
Oh,
lyrics.
thanks. Well, I'm really glad you connected with it, because
Oh yeah.
that's the main thing. That's why I do music in the end. That's to connect with people and make them feel something. That's the main thing
Yeah,
after all.
exactly. Like I keep saying that if we started pumping music everywhere in the world and
Hmm.
turned off the news, I think the
Mm,
world would be a much better place. I'm just saying.
yeah,
Especially music
yeah.
like this.
I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Now I just want to say you are Canadian. You're not born Canadian, but you live in Canada now.
Hmm.
And the sales of this album are all going to be reversed to Music Counts. And it's a
Hmm.
Canadian charity organization that helps music education with a wide variety of actions across the entire country. And
Yes.
hats off to you for doing that. That is so amazing that you're giving back like that.
Well, it's for me. It's important. Well, let's face it. I'm old enough. I'm not doing any concerts because I'm just alone. I'm doing that on myself. I'm playing all the instruments and everything. So it would be a little bit hard to do that in a live gig, and I don't show my face either. So
Yeah.
I would have to wear a drape over my face or whatever. Being the ghost. So yeah, I'm going nowhere with that. I know it. I know that I won't have any kind of fame or success or whatever people might be after. I'm not after that. I'm after trying to share it, share the love that I have of music, and do what I love to do, and hopefully find people that really really like it. So basically, I'm doing that for free. But at the same time, I think that music shouldn't be free, because there's so much of in the mind of too much people. Music should be free, and they should download it for free, and they should pirate it, or they should listen everywhere on streaming and whatever, and the artists never get anything. And I think that's wrong. That's
Yeah.
very wrong. So this is why I thought, well, I don't want to. I don't want the album to be free, but at the same time, I'm not looking for any kind of money for it. So I thought, well, I need to find a charity that I believe in, and this one, Music Counts, is really, really, really cool one, because it's helping children get a musical education. So it's really something that I care about, and I think that if all the children in the world had some kind of musical understanding and musical education, maybe there again it could help make a better world.
Yes.
So that's my take on it, and that's why I wanted to give back to it. And yes, all the sales are going to go there, because I want to give back to something that means something to me.
That
Yeah.
is awesome. Now let's talk about the album. There's going to be some official videos released
Hmm.
um, for How Does It Feel, The Love in Your Eyes, Night Train, and Going Away.
Yes, the Love in Your Eyes is already a video going away as well. I'm working with the video guy that I'm working with in the UK for Night Train and How Does It Feel. I'm not sure which one we're going to do next, because it's well, one is quite easy because there's a theme. It's kind of visual. Kind of a dreamy visual in it, which is Night Train. The other one is more like a feeling. It's really a feeling of being invisible, and so it's hard to make that into images. So we've been discussing that, and probably the next one will be Night Train, but I'm not sure yet. And then we've been discussing that, and of course, yeah. I need to find some money to do that as well, and it's all on my, from my pocket. So
Yeah.
we'll see if we can do that. But there's already two of them already out, and they've been quite successful. I'm quite happy about them.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the songs. So there's "How Does It Feel," which is
Mm-hmm.
it grows with strength, like with so
Mm-hmm.
many guitar tracks. "The Love in Your Eyes" is more up tempo, but it's a bittersweet song.
Mm-hmm.
"Gone" airs in almost country territory.
Yes.
With a tale of
Mm-hmm.
the past that grows into an anthem, followed by "Autumn Blues," and that's a rich blues rock instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
"Night Train," you've already talked about it, tells the tale of a dream with a progressive rock twist. Well,
Yeah.
"Let's Go" is a classic rock, soft rock actually, song with beautiful lead guitar. "It Doesn't Matter" kind of blends jazz and rock in a new way. Well,
Mm-hmm.
"9 to 5 Barely Alive" is the epic of the album with many
Yeah.
twists and turns. "Let It Rain" is the perfect chill tune for your ears, and "The Rocking Going Away" concludes the album with a positive tone.
Yes, that's what's the yes, that's what we put in the press release, I think,
Yes.
and it's it kind of sums it up. It's I try to explore different things and different moods, but as I said, I think it's quite cohesive. It goes from one song to the next, and kind of have a direction to it, So
Yeah, like I said, I'm in love with it. I'm absolutely in love, and I'm not just saying that
thanks,
because you're on my show. I'm in love with this album. Um, now,
thanks.
because I mean, I ask everybody that comes on the show. You know that you've been on the show, and I know you have
Hmm.
listened to some of my other interviews.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so I'm going to ask you if you had any advice to give an artist that's already out there or a new artist. What kind of advice do you think you'd give them?
Well, I think I already said a few things last time, but I'm gonna try and find something new to say. Uh, I I think one of the things musically which is important is to be open to all sorts of music, not just don't don't just listen to the genre that you are in or the kind of music that you are used to. Try to expand your horizon and listen to all sorts of other things, and even learn to play these other genre. The music I do now is a blend of so much things because I've been playing I've started playing blues and rock, and then I've worked on and learned to play jazz and jazz harmony and even flamenco music and bossa nova and all sorts of genre which were a little bit out there, and it's coming from the 70s because it was a time where the eclecticism was the norm, and I really embrace that too. So as a musician, if you want to create your own style, your own, be able to express yourself meaningfully, you need to be able to get all the good things from all these genres and all these styles and integrate that, and then once you've been absorbing all of that, then you will be able to have your own way and to do your own music, and this is where it's going to be powerful enough.
Uh-huh.
So that's musically what I would say. In terms of promotion and getting out there, I think that one of the things that I would say is well, it's really hard right now. There's so much music around. There's streaming as well, which is basically, in my view, which is killing artists, and because basically they get nothing from it, and they think that they might get some visibility, some exposure, but that's just not happening because these streaming platforms are privileging the main artists, and they have ties with big labels as well. So everything is done so that invisible artists, like unsigned artists, will stay invisible anyway. And so it's when I see people linking to streaming platforms like Spotify, Google Play, and everything like that, I think they are wasting their time, and they are just, this is what I call sleeping with the devil. Okay, they are just giving more power to these platforms when they should be trying to find their own way, and put their music on their own website, and use platforms which are more fair to unsigned artists, like Bandcamp, for example, things like that. So they should try and educate their public as well, their fans, and tell them, I'm not on streaming, and this is why, and there's all sorts of occasion where you can make people realize how much the music industry is crushing everything right now, and it's in the hand of basically Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley right now is the music industry, and the problem is that they have no interest in music as such. They are just interested in the profit. And so for unsigned artists to be there doesn't make too much sense in my view. So really try to make your own, create your own website. It's not that difficult nowadays to, and yes, and do, and try to reach your fans directly on social medias, for example, and yeah, do some concerts as well, because that's where you can reach people directly as well. So it's all about that, and it's also about trying to unite with other indie artists, because there's a world out there, and the more people share, and the more people will get a better reach to all sorts of other people that might like what they do as well. So it's all about sharing and putting your and not trying to be everywhere, because it doesn't work, and it's just you just spreading yourself too thin, So
yeah,
that's probably a lot of things, but I'm constantly, tweeting and blogging about these things. So if people are interested, they can find what I'm thinking about that, and all sorts of advice that I can have on my blog as well. So
yeah, definitely. And his blog is amazing, by the way. And you can find it via his website, which is going to be up on my website. And you just click on it, and it'll take you right to Ghostly Beard's website.
cool.
Now, like I said, you sent me the album. I listened to the whole entire thing. You told me that I could pick 2 songs. And by the way, that was great advice. You always give great advice. I love having you on. I love talking to you on Twitter, because you have the best advice ever. You just seem to look at things like, I don't know, you just have the best advice. So I listened to the whole album, like I said, and you told me to pick 2 songs, and I did. And I picked How Does It Feel, which is the first song on the album.
Yes.
And I had told you before the interview, part of the reason I picked both of these songs was the guitar in each of them. In How Does It Feel, it's a little bit more of an acoustic vibe when it starts out. And then the second one I picked, and I'll tell you a song that it reminds me of, I picked Night Train. And the electric guitar in this song, and it's so dreamy, and it just, oh my God, it carries you away. And my favorite song in the entire world, and people laugh at me when I say I have, oh, this song's my favorite, because then I'm like, oh no, this song's my favorite.
Yeah,
I mean, I have
you're
like 10
so
million.
enthusiastic.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
exactly.
That's what I like about you.
But the most favorite song I have, and I know this is going to sound weird. My family has this thing about when they pass, we play a song that they've chosen, and it's always like, a song that means something to them. And I picked Gary Wright, Dreamweaver. Just because I think it would be the perfect song to go to the other side. Don't ask, I don't know. But when I listened to Night Train, it kind of transported me back to, like, where you're just like relaxed and dreamy, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful state to be in. And that song, oh my God, that song captured me, and I love it. It is now.
It's a dream song.
Oh
actually.
yeah,
Yes.
and it's on it's in my music list, by the
Oh,
way. I've
cool.
added it. So
Cool. That's great.
those are the two songs I picked, but every
Yeah.
song on there is absolutely amazing, and I urge everybody to download the album, especially because the proceeds are going towards children, and
Yes.
helping
Yeah.
them get a music education, so
Mhm.
that when we're no longer on this earth, they're hopefully creating and maybe helping peace happen. I don't know if that will ever happen. I hope.
Yeah.
I have grandchildren, growing up in this world, so it's a scary thing. Um,
It is. Mhm.
yeah, it is. But thank you always, Ghostly Beard, for coming on, and thank you for always being there for me. And like I said, this album is amazing, and I'm urging everybody go, go, go,
Oh,
and get
sure.
it. And yeah, I'll put your website up there. They can find your blog, they can find the
Cool.
album, and
Yeah.
the rest of your music as well. And
You wanted
this,
me to talk about the songs, or no? Maybe not.
sure,
Let's
yeah,
just
of course
yeah.
you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
yeah, I just want to say that well, the first song you picked is one that is very dear to me because it's it's more of a feeling. If you listen to the lyrics, it's about being invisible and being feeling like you don't belong or that you are not part of this world
Hmm.
and I really want to dedicate this one to all the unsigned artists, and this is basically what I had in mind. I'm invisible, and I put that in front of everything I do because I don't show myself, but basically we are. All the unsigned artists are invisible in the face of the industry, and this is why this song is for everyone. And it's
Wow.
really that feeling. Okay.
That,
And the other one, yeah, you said it was a dreamy. It was really dreamy. It's because it's coming from a dream. Actually, it's coming from. I had this vision of being on a night train and I was going. I don't know where. It was night, and I was on one section of the train, and on the other side was this girl, and we exchanged a look and I saw that he was crying, and I started crying myself. I didn't know why, and it's all this kind of feeling, and I was really feeling strongly about that, and it just came to me as a few days later, basically that song. So it's really. And I wanted to convey this dreamy feeling about it, and so I'm happy that you picked that up. Really,
yeah, and it's a beautiful song. And I just want to say, because you talked about how does it feel, Patrick Ghostly Beard, Patrick is his name, is the biggest supporter of indie music that I've ever met. And he supports, he educates, because like he was talking about all the different sites that, they want you to put your music up there, but then they take all your rights. And there's just a lot of different things.
uh-huh.
Patrick investigates everything to educate everybody. He's helped me, he's helped other artists, he'll continue to do so, I'm sure, for the rest
Oh
of his
yes,
life.
yeah,
And it's just so fitting that you wrote a song for the unsigned artists because of your love for them, and that's amazing in itself.
yeah, yeah. That was something. That was really something that I was feeling about being invisible in this world, and even if you're not an artist, somehow anyone will have felt that at one point in his life, so yeah, it's really but it's really dedicated to everyone that is trying to push their art, whatever it is. It's not even just music. I mean, everyone that's trying to do something good and something, you know, positive in this world. So,
Hmm.
and it includes you as well, and everyone that's helping and doing great things and pushing artists. So, you
Well, thank you. Now I'm going to put it up on my website and it's going to be my song. No. Anyways, like I said, your website's going to be up on my website and people can
yes,
click there. They can go read your blog. I urge everybody to read his blog. He educates. It's an amazing blog. And so is his music. Go and check out the rest of his music. And I'm urging everybody, please, please, please download this album. I think I've said that 10 million times, but trust me, you are going to love it. It's just a perfect blend of everything. And Ghostly Beard, as always, thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you for always being there, like I said, and I wish you all the best. And
thanks.
I'm
Well,
hoping,
thank you for having me. Thank you for everything you are doing as well on your end. uh, showcasing artists and doing everything you are doing. And I hope that people you are supporting will also support you back, because that's important. We are all partners in this thing, and we are all doing it for to share great art and great music. So I hope that you will also get something back from it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I do. I have people like you come on, or people like you in my life, period. So I do get some back.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thanks.
much. And next time you come out, well, there is going to probably be a next time. I'm hoping that you'll come on my show when, your new album comes out.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and keep making great music, because man, do you ever. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website, because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers, everyone.